Hey, what up, bros? So, I come to you with something very interesting. For the last couple of days, we've been talking about a fun farming strategy, both in chat and in Discord. And it's made a lot of people a lot of money. A lot of people have been doing it. It's been a lot of fun to do. It's super simple. You can do it with almost any build. It costs nothing to do, and the profit is crazy. When I mean crazy, I mean it is nuts. It's easy. It's simple. You can make money hand over fist. And if you have a little bit of a gambling addiction, you too can run this build, farm your own stuff to gamble, and have a really good time. And if you've been watching the streams and you're in the Discord, then you know what I'm about to say. That, my friends, is Elder. Elder farming, Elder Guardian farming, Elder Invitation farming, just doing Elder. Elder is nuts. Elder is simple. Elder is easy. Buying the sets costs next to nothing. Rolling your maps are essentially free. And you can make a fortune. An absolute fortune. I've had the pleasure of talking to a lot of people. My buddy Dexter, who I've mentioned when I did the Shaper farming, did the Elder farming, made a killing. My buddy Hato has also made a killing. My good buddy Scott, you know I can't say your name when you watch this video because YouTube will demonetize me. He has also made a killing, and a lot of the data that I have today to share with you is brought to you by friends who have been running this alongside me, and I figured let me show you guys what other people are doing and how they're doing it and what works for them and what doesn't work for them. So to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you typical Path of Exile fashion, a spreadsheet. Now the spreadsheet's going to have all your data, all your information. It's going to show you what it costs, what the skill tree look like, what the passive tree look like, what it cost us when we ran it, and how we did it. Now keep in mind the data is a little dated by like a week or so because of the cost of the divines that we did everything at. So if you do it in current terms, I'll let you be the judge. So here's what we've got going on right now. So I'm gonna move my face out of the way. We did Project Elder. We took 80 maps. We rolled all our maps. We got our invitations. We rolled our invitations. The total cost for everything was 10 divines at the time. At 200 seed divine. So we bought a bunch of maps. Bunch of sets of maps. We got them off of TFT. It was really simple, really easy to do. We set up our atlas like this, essentially, and I will put this into the description down below so you can find this information as well, so you can copy it as well. The atlas was pretty straightforward. You take the node that gives you the ability to have 2 guardians. You take all the nodes for the invitation, and then you just kind of blast, and anything else is extra. When we did our test, we blocked out all league mechanics except for Harvest. Harvest right now is worth an absolute metric ton. It can add a ton of profit. And if you see a Harvest, you should probably take the minute to run the Harvest. Yellow Life Force is through the roof. Everybody needs Life Force. Everybody's crafting. Essentially, too, what we did was we put Essence. Not Essence. We put Seance. We put Seance on the map, on our maps, because the Seance mobs are crazy. We put Essence. We put Labyrinth, and we did a couple of fun things with Rogue Exiles. The main moneymaker behind this is running the map, killing the Elder Guardian, getting the fragment, getting the second fragment, and just blitzing the map. Ideally, what you're going to do is you're going to open up a map. You're going to take any of the Elder maps. There's 4 of them, so you have to run all 4. You're going to open the map. You're going to run in a straight line to the boss. If you see Harvest, you're going to stop. You're going to do the Harvest. If you don't see Harvest, you're just going to keep on going. You're going to fight the Elder Guardian boss. Any mobs along the way that you want to kill, just kill them as fast as possible. Spending more time on the map is going to make you less profit. You're going to kill the Elder Guardian boss. He's going to summon a second boss. You're going to kill both of them. You're going to get a fragment. When you have 4 of those fragments, 1 from each of the boss, you're going to go run the Elder boss, and you're going to do the Maven invitation. 2 birds, 1 stone. So you're going to run 4 maps, kill 4 bosses. That's going to double and be 8 bosses. The second boss has a chance to drop a second fragment. You're going to go to the Maven invitation. You're going to kill the Maven invitation, and you're going to go off to fight Elder. You're saying to me, you're telling me a lot of things. Break it down and show me what the profit looks like and show me what you did and how you farm things. Well, I've got 2 screenshots. We're going to start on this one first. Doing the maps and blitzing the bosses, your loot will look something similar to this. Ideally, what my buddy Hato did was, like I said, he opened a Guardian map for Elder. He blitzed the map straight to the boss, killed the boss, and left. There's no time to dilly-dally. We're trying to be as efficient as possible. We're trying to min-max our profits. And we went in, we killed the boss, and we left. Now, after you do all 4 maps and you witness them by the Maven, you get to go do the invitation. You're going to do the invitation fight. You're going to do it as best as you can. If you could take Height of the Hubris and all the bosses come out at the same time like we have on our passive tree here, you're going to want to do that, as that will give you the most amount of fragments. If you roll the maps over 70%, you'll get a Maven's Writ, or 80%. Yeah, I think it's 80%. 80% should give you a full Maven's Writ. And that's what he did. And that's what my buddy Scott did. That's what I did. That's what Dexstar did. And we just went into the map. We blitzed the boss. We killed it. We got our fragments. We left. We did our invitation. We got our Maven's Writs. We left, and we killed our Elders. Now, you can sell all the Elder fragments if you'd like, but Hato, who thankfully showed us his results, ran all of his Elders, and he got this many Watcher's Eyes. If we look at it, he got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 38. He sold those Watcher's Eyes at 1.5 divines each to yours truly, and then I gambled them away in another YouTube video, which you can go check out. There'll be a card somewhere up there, over there, in the corner. Click the card. I'm pointing. It should be pointing at it. It's like up there. You also got a ton of sets of Uber Elder fragments, a ton of necklaces, a ton of feared invites, a ton of bases that Royal Burgeonet base is easily worth a divine. Maybe more. Now you might be saying, well, what about the invitations? What do I have to do for the invitations? How do I self-sustain the invitations? Unlike Shaper, for some reason, Elder invitations were sustaining themselves. In the data that I have present, we only had to buy 7 invitations, and we included that into the total cost. I know when Hato ran it, he said he was actually able to over-sustain invitations, and if you look at the screenshot here, he actually has 3 invitations left over, because that's how many more invitations he was finding. He also found a harvest memory, which we're not going to include in any kind of profits, and he made 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 44 Maven's Writs, and a couple of Awakened Gems. My advice is, if you like bossing and you like blitzing maps, and you have a character that can blitz a map, and you have a character that can blitz a boss, and you can do Elder, and you want to make easy profit, Elder's really good. We talked about Shaper, and we talked about Shaper in depth, and we saw that Shaper's profit was crazy, and Shaper's profit was really, really, really good. And after extensive testing, Elder's also really good. Yes, it's good. Should probably consider it. If you look at just the amount of Watcher's Eyes that we walked away with, which was a little bit above average, you see we profited extensively and to the moon, and it's still pretty good, especially considering how much people are gambling. I know if you unidentified double Malevolence, you're looking at 100 Divine Watcher's Eye, because I'll buy it off you, or somebody in my Discord will buy it off you, because I sold it and I didn't realize I sold it and I need it, and that's for a build for another project. We'll talk about that later, but oh my god, I'm going to play Bleed Bow. Anyway, shut up, me. Don't spoil things. But yes, go try it. Go blitz your maps. Go kill your Elder Guardians. Go loot your Harvest, because Harvest is nuts, and kill anything along the way, and have a good time. It's fun. It's profitable. It's quick. It's easy. And it gives you something to do for the next couple of days, especially if you're not going to play the mini events. Up and coming, GGG announced the mini events for next week. I will be finding a build to play for Delve. I will find a build to play for Mayhem. And I'll find a build to play for Endless Delirium. In my head, I already know what I want to do. I'm not saying anything out loud yet, because I want to do some more research, and I don't want you guys to go try to do something and I don't have all the information to give you yet. But as soon as I know for next week, I will share that information with you ahead of time, so that you know what I'm doing. I will probably do the same build for both Mayhem and Delirium, and I will do a different build altogether for Endless Delve, because I kind of have an idea of what I want to do for each. I'm also going to use it as like a league start test. So I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time on these events, not a whole lot, because I also want to make you guys a league start guide and prep you guys for what I'm going to do for 3.2. But for now, I'm going to go work on my little secret project. And if you haven't seen it and you haven't been in the stream and you haven't joined the Discord, I heavily advise you to do that, as we managed to make this beauty of a bow together. Let me take my weapon off. Good. This is the bow. This 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 the bow. But yeah, over the next couple of days, we're going to be taking this bow and crafting all the gear and refining it and working together both on stream and off stream and in the Discord. Thanks to my buddy Ebile. Big shout out to you. And my buddy Bubbles. Big shout out to you too. And everybody else who's currently working on a POB and working on things. And we'll talk about the inspiration for the bow and inspiration for the build and where it all came from down the road. But for now, you want to see this and you want to know about the mini leagues and you want to know everything, head on over to the Twitch. I'll be live all weekend if you're watching this on Friday, or come join the Discord. We'd love to have you. But for now, I am out of here. So, friends, have a wonderful evening, afternoon, good morning. I will see you soon, as I need to get back to leveling, as it's almost ready and I'm so excited. Anyways, so long, farewell, Avita, say good night, friends.